welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in at everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Well, people, Love and Marriage DC has finally come to an end. We've watched all the reunions. What do you think? I was thinking, Lord God, Carmen, what the hell? Like, I felt so bad for Joi. Ashley was still being bad vibes. Erana checked her. There was a lot going on. Let's talk about it, people. Well, guys, people, my creative crew. Let's talk about Love and Marriage DC reunion part 3 and a bit of part 2. Because, I was MIA last week. So, just catching up still. But people, all I can say is the part 2 reunion I thought was good. I thought it was really interesting. Erana was definitely checking the head out of Ashley at certain points. Those two were definitely getting to back and forth on the, in the part 2 reunion. We also saw Joi hold Ashley accountable and make her admit that, yes, she was the issue because she made a beeline for Clifton. I thought it was interesting. I felt like Carlos was still being a bit light on Ashley, it felt like, and on Quick. But, I do think he has his favourites. But Yusha and Winter, I thought they were interesting. I felt like Winter was just going at him and showed her ass, basically, because while she's trying to make him look bad, she made herself look a bit dumb with her props and all her nonsense. And just the complaints she had, I was like, okay, he's promoting his business, but everyone goes on reality shows and promote their business, so I didn't really look at that as a massive big deal. But what I thought was interesting was the Duncans, who were saying that, he was basically a hustler and an opportunist. So why are you introducing this man to your friend Winter? Like, what's up with you guys? And speaking of them, in the part 3, I thought it was interesting because you've got, obviously, Miss Shirella going on. She's not a side chick, but Black actually admitted to being in communication with you whilst he was with Joy's friend in a relationship. So therefore, hence you being the side chick by default. You didn't realise it, maybe, but either way, you don't win communication. He's dropping you off. He's having conversations. He's complimenting you. These are things that you don't do in a relationship. So, done a dance, innit? What's all the talk about? What's all the long talk about? Like, no, allow it. So I just thought, okay, whatever with them guys. Yusha and Winter, Yusha ended up throwing a bit of shade at the end, asking if he could borrow Winter's broomstick. That made me laugh. But I did feel like she was just coming off a bit petty and was just trying to shade him the whole time. And he was just sitting there very much to himself and composed. Doesn't mean that he might not be deep fake. Yes, the whole, Ready to Love thing and saying he'd be matched with Joi was a bit sketchy. Because as far as I know, they don't really give you that sort of information in advance. Either way, I just thought you two go your own separate ways. You was together for only 4 months. Nothing happened between you guys. The way she's going on about it, it's just like you lot have been in a relationship for over a year or a couple of years. So it's just giving, you're doing too much, Winter. Just chill out. And now we know she's moved on. She's got a new man already and chatting about she's had sex with her new man, but she didn't have sex with Yusha. So it's just like, please, it's just too much. It's just too. Anyway, Joi. Now, I thought it was really interesting hearing Joi open up. I felt like on this reunion, part 3, she really opened up. And I was like, good for you, Joi. Like, let it all, let your feelings come out. And she showed a real vulnerable side of herself when she spoke about, the whole mix-up and the throuple situation. And the fact that she sat there and said that she did love Carmen. And you could tell that she was hurt by it. Whereas Carmen came on just being icy cold, bitchy. And, well, yeah, I'm friends with Clifton, basically. So Joi took that and I felt like she checked her on that. I was like, yes, Joi, check the heck out of this woman because she's got no manners. So I felt like she checked her, but I felt bad for her saying that she felt alone because Clifton wasn't really being supportive. Now, that disappointed me. I was very disappointed in Clifton. His whole attitude, he had energy for Ashley and Quick. But then when you've got someone who's supposed to be your friend who is disrespecting a woman and you're sitting there, what's going on here? So hold on. Didn't he have an issue with her being okay with Ashley, him and Ashley being at odds? But in your mind, it's okay for your wife have to deal with your friend being disrespectful to her. The whole shit is a whole hot mess. So I said from the beginning, honestly, that I didn't understand why Joi was hanging out with Carmen and Clifton. As soon as I heard about that, I thought this is crazy. Also, sidebar, for those who watch Ready to Love, you know that actually Carmen was not number 2. I think she's number 3 because the one that's number 2 was Dakia. I remember that. But anyway, that's by the by. But I just thought it was really interesting the way he had to be pressured by Carlos. Like, Carlos, I felt like he'd done a good job on the 3rd reunion because I felt like he kind of held it and kept things moving. Because he definitely had to put pressure on Clifton for him to admit that what Carmen was saying about Joi was wrong. He started trying to dance around about her choice of words. No, the girl was out of order. The woman's rude and out of order. She was being rude about your wife. It's simple. It's cut and dry. So I felt like Carlos had to push him into the corner to say, do you think it was wrong? And then he was like, yeah, I think it's wrong. Have you ever told her this? No. So do you want to tell her now? I'm telling her now. No, you're not. You're answering the question. You didn't say anything to her. So I was very disappointed in his whole behaviour. I felt like his whole demeanour was like, oh, I'm being defensive because now I feel like Joy's blaming me. But I didn't get that she was blaming him. She was basically explaining how she felt and that she needed him and he wasn't really protecting her. And I think that's the basics, what you need from your man at the end of the day. And I felt like I was glad that Carlos was there to help, break it down for him, explain it to him. And I was also watching Joy's body language because she was one who's kind of had her hand on his leg the whole time, was reassuring him. And I'm like, this is your moment. You're being vulnerable, but yet you're having to pander to your man who should really be pandering to you. Instead, he's there worrying about, oh yeah, hopefully they'll move it forward like you want them to move forward. No, dash away the friendship, innit? Done the dance, everything luck up, yeah? Done with it. Because what are we doing here? Make it make sense. So I know now, fast forward, when I did watch their most recent interview done with Carlos, it seems like they're not talking anymore. He's not talking to her anymore either. So I'm glad to hear that. And I hope that's still the case because your wife comes first in everything. That was really disappointing to see Clifton behave that way and see that Joi felt that way. I will say big up to Erana because Erana definitely let Carmen have it. She had me cracking up. Erana was not having none of it. I was like, Erana is a good friend. Like, she was checking her backside at every which point. I was like, yes, have her up, Erana, please, and thanks. And just so everybody's clear, me personally, I think Erana is a HBIC. Actually, go and take a seat somewhere. But Erana is the one who was definitely gathering the girls on that stage. And, whoever needed to be gathered, she had it. But I feel like she's definitely got Joy's back. And I'm glad that she has because I felt like she's the only one who was trying to protect Joi on that stage. And Clifton was just sitting there mute most of the time when, there's conversations going about Carmen and about the throuple. I'm like, this is your time to interject, bruv. Like, interject now. So, yeah, I wasn't here for that at all. That part I felt was disappointing, but I was very proud to see Joi open up. I feel like she seems like she's a genuine person and that she's probably quite guarded because from what I understand, I think her mum died when she was young. Her dad raised her and then her dad passed away. And so, I don't know if she's got any siblings, but, based on what you're seeing in the setup, Clifton is her husband, so therefore he should be stepping into the role of protecting her. So I feel like she's guarded when it comes to friendships. I think that's quite obvious to see. But I feel like when she loves you, she loves you. And, I just felt really sad for her. I wasn't surprised by it because there's no way I would be hanging out with Carmen if I was in Joy's predicament. There's no way. But I feel like she made an allowance because Clifton was friends with her. But Clifton should know better because had that been the other way around and it was some man that was raining down Joi and still wants to hang out with Joi and then, Joy's away and, Clifton's away and Joy's out with this other guy, I don't think Clifton would look at it like it's nothing. And also, I felt bad for Joi when she said that she wasn't happy because I felt like she isn't happy. Even when they asked, how are you doing now? She said that I'm in a better place, but she didn't say she was happy. So I really hope she finds her happiness because I feel like she deserves her happiness. Everyone deserves to be happy. So I really hope that, they're in a better place now. I've seen them out and about with the Tyler still, so hopefully they're going strong and hopefully Clifton has learnt from this whole debacle and is looking back on it and thinking, shit, yeah, I'm really messed up and, sorting shit out because what the hell was that? What the backside was that behaviour? But anyway, people, I did enjoy this season. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens next season. We know that Winter's come out saying that, she's left and she's not happy with the way she was treated. I've seen that Shrella's come out complaining as well about Carlos and stuff like that. I feel like Shrella's just vexed that, she got caught up in this whole side chick situation, which I get because, they're married, they've got kids now. But they're talking about the origins and the reason why Joi doesn't like black. But I also think that's one of the reasons why Joi doesn't like black. Because Joi has already alluded to and mentioned that she felt like he also does shady business because obviously they were in the music band together as well. So you can see that there's more to their reason why Joi has animosity towards him. The Tylers are still my faves. I feel like they definitely help keep things moving. The Silvers, if they come back, I hope we see more about their relationship because that would be the main thing for me because I feel like, Ashley's definitely mean girl vibes and like Erana said, she called her on it, that she's really just jealous because she can't go out and do things with her man. I think that's a major issue for her as well. So it'd be good to see her, see them trying to work on a relationship. Quick makes no sense to me because he's saying, yeah, he wants to work on his family. He wants to do all that, which is great. But at the same time, you're taking extra jobs. Make it make sense, sir. So I hope that if they do come back, we'll see more of that. I do like this franchise. We'll see Huntsville is my favourite. But I do like DC. It is much better than Detroit. So I do hope that they return. But obviously, Winter won't be there. That's fine. I don't care if the Duncans are there. I didn't really feel like they added anything in particular. So a couple new couples in, that'd be good. Keep, the Pettys, keep the Tylers, and you can keep the Silvers as well, because Ashley does bring drama. As much as she's very much bad vibes, I do feel like there's more to her. I like seeing the side of her where she was trying to show a nice side, and I think if she can spend some time trying to show a nice side, then that might work for her. So, of course, I went to go and check out the live with Erana and Jamie, and they were speaking about the show. So a couple of things that they mentioned were that they don't know if the show is coming back for another season. So I thought that was interesting. They also mentioned about the Duncans, because apparently there's interviews going around and the Duncans feel like they were being iced out, and they were saying they weren't icing them out. That, they were a friend of the show and they were brought on by Winter, and Winter didn't really have much of a storyline, so hence why I didn't get much chances to film. Obviously, we know that Erana and Ashley are not talking, and Jamie did say that he's fine with Quick. He's seen him, he's hello to him when he was out, but obviously it's nothing more than that, because obviously he knows that he ain't messing with his wife. And then I also went to check out the live that Ashley, Winter and Carmen did with DJ Richie Sky. So I thought that was interesting, because you had Ashley defending the Duncans, saying that the Pettys actually refused to film with them and that they were iced out. So you've got the opposing arguments that are coming out. I thought it was very interesting, because they said that they actually got sent home early from Deep Creek, and that's because there wasn't enough drama going on, apparently. So they got sent home in the middle of the night, and I thought, whoa, that's a bit weird. Winter was saying there was a few reasons why she broke up with Yusha. It was him throwing Black under the bus. Apparently, he also made some derogatory comments towards her about her body, and that she was getting messages from other women. So she felt like he was being manipulative, and there's a few other issues there that she said that, she had to, let him go. Now, Ashley was bringing up the whole issue about, the fact that she felt like the storyline was targeted around her, and it was all about why she told the secret rather than why were they hiding it. And so I thought that was a fair point from her perspective, but of course her spilling the secret was a big issue, but it didn't necessarily explore the why was it hidden. They kind of touched on it lightly, but she was saying that apparently on the reunion that they did confirm that they was going to be doing a Ready to Love wedding special, and that's one of the reasons why they were keeping it quiet and things like that. So I thought that was very interesting, and also interesting that they didn't show that, because that would have been good to see. Now Carmen, she joins a bit later. Now, of course, she was defending her little dirty behaviour, because she's talking about, Clifton didn't know that her and Joi were best friends, and Clifton didn't know this and Clifton didn't know that. I'm thinking, Clifton, you're doing too much talking over there. That's what it sounds like. She basically wasn't taking accountability for throwing Joi under the bus. Everything was about, trying to dance around it all. And I thought, for someone who's in PR, you're not doing a good job here, because really you should have taken accountability and been like, you know what, she thought this, but obviously, I hurt her feelings in this way. I did kind of throw her under the bus by talking about her to people that don't like her. Just own it. But she didn't take much accountability at all. She did talk about, though, the fact that they were filming another show, and that it was thanks to her why the Pettys were on that trip, and she was on the trip with her partner, and that was in March 2023. I thought it was also interesting that they were saying that the reunion was filmed in August 2023. So why, again, this whole gap is just absolutely crazy. The fact that no one's talking still to this day, the fact that the show has just aired means that obviously everyone's upset again about it, I think. It's not really healthy. So I don't know what's going to happen with this show, but I hope they can, get it back on track. But I thought Carmen was interesting. She was quite shady about Joi, saying that, I think addressing the rumours. Someone brought up the rumours about her apparently being fired by Joi, and she was like, well, you've got to have money to hire someone to actually fire somebody. So I thought, ooh, shots fired there. They also, at one point, the question was posed to Carmen, does she really want to get on the show? And she just danced around the damn shot, the answer. She didn't answer it properly. It was just very much like a lot of waffle, and she didn't answer the damn question. So to me, it was like, yes, you do want to be on the show, you just don't want to say it outwardly. And even Winter clocked onto that. I could see Winter's body language is like, we could say that you would basically dance around that subject. She didn't answer the question. But she didn't. And then she still didn't answer the question. She said, I know people were saying, can I give a yes or no answer? But I can't give a yes or no answer, and whatever. To me, she wants to be in the show. That's my opinion. I feel like this is the whole reason why she was being shown in the scenes, because she said that she didn't get paid to be on the show. Well, of course not. But you are making your mark by throwing people under the bus and doing what we call reality behaviour. So to me, it's quite clear what you're about. And I'm sure we'll see her back next season if there is one. But anyway, people, what did you think of the season? Of course, I had to take a look at social media and see what people had to say on there about the show. And here are some tweets that definitely had me cracking up. So people, we missed the show. What do you think is going to happen? We know that Carlos King is doing some sort of reunion with the ladies coming up in May. I wonder how things will be, because on socials and online, they've definitely not been showing each other much love. So yeah, we'll see what will happen in this show. We know that half this stuff happened over a year ago anyway, but I hope that they can get together and get back to filming, because otherwise, what's the point? Anyway, people, thoughts below. So thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.